Hello and welcome to the second part of the PS Premier Game of the Year deliberations. Last week we went through our personal lists. We talked a lot about the games then. We're going to talk about them some more now. So this time we are going to take the games that came out on PlayStation this year from those personal lists. We've put them all into a pot, and we are going to discuss which ones we want put into our collective top 10, and we're going to finalize that at the end of this episode, and that will be our official Game of the Year list for 2020.
Indeed.
So once again, I'm joined by Dory, Mavel, and Mitch, who will now all say hello in the order I just said their names.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Close enough.
Yep.
Close.
Okay.
Better.
So yeah, you guys can all see the list. So I'll just run through all the games that we talked about that came out on PlayStation real quick. So we have the Kingdom Hearts. Actually, no, I'm going to take that off. I forgot about that. That's DLC. I'm sorry. Never mind that.
That's cool. No, I love that. I love that you did that. Cool.
We have Doom Eternal, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, Resident Evil 3, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Spider-Man Miles Morales, The Last of Us Part 2, Spiritfarer, Fall Guys, Star Wars Squadrons, Demon's Souls, Bugsnax, Cyberpunk 2077, Astro's Playroom, Marvel's Avengers, Rocket Arena, Kentucky Route Zero, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, Dreams, Bloodroots, Inertial Drift, and Ghost Runner. If there's a game that's not on that list, it's because it either didn't come out on PlayStation, we didn't play it, or we don't like it. So we'll start off by sort of let's just look at the list. Anything you guys feel isn't going to make the cut here?
All right, I'll be the bigger person here, the bigger non-binary person here, and say I know Kingdom Hearts isn't making it. And I'm not even going to argue that it should be on our collective top 10.
Okay, all good with cutting Kingdom Hearts?
Yep.
No one else has played it except me. No one else has played it except me. I'm the only one who's going to argue for it.
Not even going to fight for it.
And I don't think I would fight for it super strongly. I mean, if it didn't make my top 5, I'm not going to fight for it hugely to get in our list. But if it's in our top 5, then yeah.
And it's gone.
My top 5. I mean, yeah.
Same thing with me for Avengers. Like I wouldn't fight for it to be in a top 10 with any of these other games. It's not a top 10 material.
No arguments to be made. Why do you not want it on here?
It's not that I don't want it on here, but
Okay.
I could just like
Mitch,
why do
you think this game sucks and doesn't deserve to be on here, Mitch?
It's a 6.5. It's fine. It's yeah.
Okay.
Let me just put it this way: if Cyberpunk makes it onto this list, I will be surprised more than anything.
Right.
Or at least like if it doesn't make it above like 8.
Gotcha. I guess I'll purge one of my picks here. I don't think Inertial Drift is going to make it on here. It was only a suggestion on my part, so I'll get rid of that. Yeah. I guess we are doing this in turns, Mavel. Anything you think is not going to make it here? It doesn't have to be one of your picks, but...
I originally wasn't going to do one of my picks, but then I looked at Fall Guys and said, yep, that one is going to go. That doesn't have a chance.
I want to keep Fall Guys on here for now.
Okay.
I feel like... I mean, we've all played Fall Guys, right?
Yeah.
It was was a big game of the moment for a while there. I think compared to a lot of these games, I think it has like a decent chance. Maybe not a guaranteed chance at a place, but I think it has a decent chance.
All right, then if I can sacrifice one that's not mine, Rocket Arena. That one I don't think has a chance at this list.
That would have been my next.
I'm sorry,
one.
James.
Have a chance.
Why?
It's fine.
You are the only person that has played Rocket Arena, James.
Not true.
I'm not just talking about this
true.
group. I'm talking about in humanity.
Mitch has played it. Mitch is the other player.
The only other player.
Mitch isn't a person.
He's a construct. He's not a person. Come on, James.
Exactly.
Damn it, you guys got me.
As much as I love it,
A humbug.
Mitch, you're not going to argue for this being in our top 10, are you? A Rocket Arena?
God, no. That I was
Okay,
going
I
to
didn't
God,
think
no,
so.
all right, okay.
okay.
You can try and sound a bit less enthusiastic about it.
Oh,
Alright, okay,
God,
fine.
no. I was going to cut that one.
I'll get rid of it because I know it's
Ah.
not. I know it's not like it doesn't have much of a chance of making the list anyway. Right, how do we feel about culling Resident Evil 3?
I'm not big on that being culled so early. There's other
I
stuff
feel
that I
like
think deserves to
Not
go
so
way more.
early. Like I anticipate it to be like the 7 and under. If it gets into anything like 7 and under.
I was gonna say I think Dory's passion alone for that game could bring it into at least the bottom half of the list. I'm not comfortable cutting that one quite yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say that I think I don't think Bloodroots or Ghost Runner are going to make it on this list.
Yeah.
No one else has played them apart from me, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
No.
I don't.
I know Fran has played Ghost Runner. He did
Well, he wrote the review.
He wrote the
Yeah.
review, but he's not
Great
here to
review.
argue for it, unfortunately. So there they go. Okay. Squadrons.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't
Sure?
stand a chance.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't argue for it. I haven't played it.
Okay.
I wish I had played it. Maybe I'd argue for it.
And it's gone. Okay. What about The Last of Us Part 2? Should we get rid of that?
Get that
Oh,
stinker
that
out of
piece of
here.
Trash.
Oh, that piece
Yeah.
of
Women
trash.
can't have muscles
Neil
that big.
Cuckman. Neil Cuckman. Oh. What
The
a
liberal
terrible
games
game.
media keeps trying to shove that game down its throat with all of its LGBT romances, and I would really like it out of this list.
SJW.
Otherwise,
nest.
you are a PS pony. That's what I say.
True.
Mhm.
They rode in here
will-
on their ponies and they kicked up a fuss.
I will point out. Let's see. Oh boy, this is getting tough. How hard are we fighting for Astro's Playroom here?
I wouldn't fight for it too hard.
Similar to Fall
Well-
Guys, I think it's worth keeping on for now.
Yeah, I wouldn't kick it out
Yeah.
quite yet. That's another game I could see being
Okay,
in,
then let's cut Spiritfarer because I wouldn't push for it, and I'm the only one with it on my list.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I want to play it. It's on my to-play list. But
It's a great game. I mean, management games are not my thing, and it kept my attention for 10 hours, which is like an Oscar-worthy feat. So, yeah.
okay.
God, it feels like we're doing like a pick and ban phase in like Siege or something here. Jesus.
We got to cut like 5 more.
Okay.
How do we feel about Demon Souls? Because
I think
keep that one
Marvel-
on. Keep that one on. You
okay,
stinker.
Okay, we're keeping it on for now.
Cut dreams instead.
No.
Cut
That's
dreams
excellent.
I wasn't
instead.
gonna say it, Marvel. I wasn't gonna say it.
We're not.
I'll take the risk.
We're not cutting dreams. We are not doing that.
Then sack boy.
Cut James's dreams.
Sack
All right.
James'
What
boy.
about Kentucky Route?
Boy.
What about Kentucky? Kentucky.
We
none of us
gotta
played
put
besides you.
Kentucky on.
Look,
I have
James,
not
don't even
played it,
know
but
what
I know
Kentucky
there's
is.
enough passion.
James, if I had played Kentucky Route Zero, I'd be right with you, probably arguing for it on this list. But I have not played it. I'm sorry.
I think.
None of us have played it besides you.
I don't feel comfortable getting rid of Kentucky Route Zero quite yet. I would feel comfortable getting rid of Sackboy.
Yeah.
Sackboy was. Sackboy's
It's fun, but is it top 10 material? Is really
it's
what you
my
gotta be
top
asking
10 material. It was on my top 10. So
You know what? So many of my games were top 10 material, but you know what? They didn't make it out of this list, James.
That's because they weren't
With
on
your backwards
PlayStation.
PlayStation rules. Get
Did you
used
see
to
Half-Life Alex on here?
it.
And the PS Premier Game of the Year winner is Half-Life Alex. Okay, I'm gonna say.
Don't you?
I'm
dare.
gonna say it.
No.
Oh God! Oh no!
No. It's bottom
Bug
10.
snacks.
Don't even try.
Bug
Don't even
snacks.
try. It's at least bottom 10.
Is it though?
If we are going to leave Resident Evil 3 in here, a game that you legitimately hate because Dory's Passion might bring it up, we are going to keep Bugsnax in here, and I will fight for this one to at least be on the top 10 list.
Okay.
I think Bugsnax should at least make the top 10, probably.
I'll let it sit
for the memes, if nothing else.
I'm gonna go straight for the jugular with this one. Cyberpunk. How are we feeling?
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
Cut it right now. Yeah, as much as I'm interested in that game in its current state, it feels wrong to have a game that you literally can't buy on PlayStation on a top 10 PlayStation games.
That is true.
I will say
a good point.
I will say next year we should put it in the running again. We should put it in the running next year once it's been fixed and once people have had a chance to actually experience it.
Cyberpunk hasn't
this year's
This is a beta
phase. That we'll all be here in 2021.
Okay, just because of the fact that Mitch and I are the only ones who've played it, and Mitch is happy with cutting it, and I don't care enough to fight for it. As much as I do really enjoy it, I came into this knowing there was a good chance it wouldn't make the list.
Yeah.
So sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I played a good chunk of it, and still, I'm like, it just feels wrong to have a game that people on PlayStation literally can't experience it.
So basically, we're cutting one bug for another. Really?
Yes.
By keeping Bugsnax on here.
Very nice.
Don't you dare try to touch it. If we're keeping Dreams on there, a game that came out last year, and you're
in early access,
then you're keeping Bugsnax on here. You don't get a say in this, James. It's making bottom 10.
Bugsnax. Okay.
All right.
I see. Okay. Well, the next one I see is Astro's Playroom because I think that's like the next.
But we've been over.
It's either Astro's or Fall Guys.
I think.
I know.
I look at you.
But we've gone to that stage.
I think before Astro's Playroom, the last one in my mind, at least, that remains on here, that I can see getting cut easily is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
I would agree on that.
I like it, but that one hurts. That one hurts me a little bit.
Really flying through these, huh? It's only been 10 minutes.
Alright, so we got three left.
I want to cut Ghost of Tsushima.
No, I'm
gonna be.
We're not cutting Ghost of
James,
Tsushima.
I literally just spent $40 on that game. If you cut it now, I will never forgive you.
Yeah,
I will literally fly to Scotland, wear a mask, and fight you, James.
Maybe
I think listen. How many games is this?
Wait, no, wrong country.
It's 14. It's 14.
I think that's good enough. I think we can start putting these in places now.
Okay.
Well, okay. I mean, you don't want to sort of cut Dreams. I see.
I don't want to cut Dreams, Mitch. I do not want to cut Dreams.
James, it can't be in our top 10 because only you have played it, right?
But I've played it. Oh, I've played it.
Okay. I think should the next stage really just be like giving like rough estimates of where we guess.
Yeah, we can move stuff around after the fact.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're not locking this in, but for audio listeners, I'm putting The Last of Us Part 2 at number 1 for now.
It's a soft lock.
Things may change, I say to myself jokingly.
Bugsnax will be number 1 by the end of the night.
That's right.
Just you wait.
Yeah.
And in a surprise heel turn, I'll turn on James and Mitch and rally for Bugsnax to get to number 1 just for the meme.
Thank you.
Even though I've literally spent no time in that game.
We can get on the Bugsnax Twitter if we say that this was our game of the year.
That's right.
Just think about the benefits.
True.
Now listen, just for argument's sake, I'm going to pop Dreams at that number 10 spot. At that number 10 spot.
That's 14. It's number 14.
No, it's not. Why are you so anti-Dreams?
Fall Guys would be a good number 14. I think Dreams could be like 11.
Dreams is making it on this top 10.
11.
Dreams deserves to be on this top 10. You'll have to. Dreams is getting cut. Dreams is getting cut from this list over my dead body. I'm sorry. Dreams is getting cut from this list in your dreams.
Well,
it will be getting cut from this list in my dreams.
Okay,
I promise.
Let's look at Fall Guys, Astro's Playroom, or Sackboy. Which ones do we want the least in this top 10? What are we most comfortable with sacking?
Sackboy.
Sackboy and Fall Guys, I am very comfortable dropping out.
I'm okay with both those being cut as well.
Yeah.
As impactful as Fall Guys was, I think it is an okay game that had a great run.
Yeah.
And don't you think it deserves some recognition for that, though?
It does deserve some recognition, but
top 15. It makes our top 15. That's the recognition.
We didn't really have a top 15.
Okay,
we only had a top 14, though.
I'll cut Sackboy.
Right.
I will cut Sackboy because I feel like I'm satisfied having made a case for it in the first part.
Okay.
In my personal list.
Okay.
What about Astro's Playroom and Fall Guys?
Astro's Playroom.
I'm not going to fight for Astros. I'm not going to fight for Astro. As much as I love it, I'm not going to fight for it.
Because, oh man, I don't know if I'm comfortable getting rid of Astros quite yet. It feels wrong keeping Astros in. I mean, like, getting rid of Astros when Kentucky Route Zero was still in.
You were the one arguing for Kentucky Route Zero, though.
I do feel like it should be on the list, but I feel like it shouldn't be in sacrifice of Astros Playroom.
Right, okay.
I don't know what else we would get rid of, except for Fall Guys. I really don't think it should be in our top 10.
It's a tricky thing for me, though, Kentucky Route Zero versus Astros Playroom, because technically I had more fun playing Astros Playroom, but I feel like just the themes themes and the messages of Kentucky Route Zero have more. What am I looking to say? Like they have more impact. Like they add more. My life is better for having played Kentucky Route Zero than it is for having played. Like there's more artistic value in Kentucky Route Zero. You know.
Well, James, where was Kentucky on your list?
Number 9.
Okay, so it's number 9 on your list.
Yeah.
How do you think it'll compare with like our shared list?
I think it deserves to. I'll tell you.
It's against you at this point, but
I'll tell you.
It sounds like let's cut Astro then and keep Kentucky.
For the time being.
But also, I don't want to cut either of them yet. Though. Here, listen.
How about Doom Eternal? How are we feeling about Doom Eternal?
No.
Keeping that on.
No.
Really?
Doom Eternal should be in the top 10.
Yeah.
For PlayStation specifically? I feel like
it's just games that have it's games on PlayStation. It doesn't have to be like.
So we're going to be ranking these based on our experiences playing them on other systems. I mean, I feel like Doom is a game where the best way to play that is on a mouse and keyboard. It is undeniably the best way to play that game, as with most first-person shooters.
But
Would you agree?
I played it on PS4 and I gave it a 9.4.
That's okay, but when you think about an experience like Astro's Playroom, I don't know why I keep going back to Astro's Playroom, but that is built for consoles. That is a game that is a delight to play on consoles and wouldn't make a home on PC. Whereas Doom Eternal is a good game, in my opinion. It's just more of the first game, which isn't a bad thing by any means. The first game is freaking incredible, but I would rather sacrifice Doom or Resident Evil over Astro's Playroom. I mean, I don't know why I feel so passionately about Astro's Playroom. I didn't realize I liked it this much. But
it's the nostalgia. It's I mean, like, not like that's not a bad thing either. Like, it's the nostalgia that the game uses to its benefit. That really...
it is a very great first experience on PlayStation. That is what most people will open first.
Before we get rid of Resident Evil 3, which I'm not comfortable with.
I don't want to get rid of Resident Evil 3. What about?
Well, just what Marvel is saying. But look, okay, let's be honest. Demon Souls, only 2 of you have played it, right? And you haven't even gotten that far. I don't know about it being on our top 10 list.
But I mean, it's kind of the nature. I will argue it's kind of the nature of the game that it's difficult and you won't get very far. And it only came out, like a month ago, so we haven't had much of a chance to get very far.
Let's save it for next year when you've actually experienced the game.
But that's not how this works. It came out.
That's
in 2020.
Not how that works. Dory, that's not how this works. If so, then we have to cut all of the PlayStation 5 launch titles from this list because we quote unquote wouldn't have a chance to experience it. That's not true because
you could actually finish Astro's Playroom.
I didn't though. That's why I'm so confused as to why I'm so passionate about it.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, this is such a great game to me that I can just get in and I can just play it. I don't care about progressing in it as much as I care about just playing around with the world, playing with the controller. It is, in my opinion, the perfect tech demo.
And also,
which sounds bad, but
also,
I think we only need to cut one more game to get our top 10. So,
but also,
Fall Guys,
the GPU
Yes.
song. That's my argument. The GPU song.
It's so good.
It's so good. I listen. If we let it hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we cut Resident Evil 3.
No,
come on,
I'm not into that.
It's not making.
Fall Guys. Okay, Fall
Listen,
Guys before Resident Evil.
No, I don't want to live in a world.
Fall Guys is going.
I do not
we're
want
not
to.
taking out
Listen,
Resident Evil 3.
I do not want to live.
Before Fall. No, that didn't.
How about this, James? How about this? Fall Guys or Kentucky Route Zero? You're picking two games where the three other people either haven't played them or want them to go, and you will not live in a world where they do not both get on the list, or Dreams for that matter, or Dreams.
Right.
Fall Guys is going. We actively want Fall Guys out. I understand that you want it. I understand that you want it on the list. But the rest of us are saying, yeah, please get Fall Guys out. It's a great game, but it does not deserve to be on the best games of the year. If it was like the most impactful in terms of online presence, if it was the best in terms of social media presence, then yes, I would say Fall Guys should be on the list, if not towards the top. But what we're dealing with here is a list of best games of the year, and all of us have fallen off of Fall Guys so hard that, I mean, even you said you were getting angry with the game and how you didn't want to go back to it.
I wasn't getting angry.
It's a good game
but...
for a week. For a week. We all stuck with it for a week to 2 weeks. And James, I understand that you want it on this list, but everyone else actively wants it. It's a good week. The rest of us actively want it to go, James.
It's a good week.
Take the L here. You got Dreams and you got Kentucky Route Zero. Please just let us live in peace and get Fall Guys off of the list.
Listen,
I rest my case.
This is less about me wanting Fall Guys on the list, and it's more about me not wanting Resident Evil 3 on the list. I don't want to live in a world where Resident Evil 3 makes this list.
Well,
of the best PlayStation games of 2020. It's not even in the top 20.
Look, you can put Dreams above Resident Evil 3 if it makes you feel better, but I do think it deserves to be on the lower part of that list or upper part.
Why though? Why? It's like a 5-hour game that sucks.
No, it doesn't suck. It's very
We
good.
gotta get rid of more games than just this. Don't worry. We've got more games to get rid of. We're gonna have to make at least one more tough decision.
Oh, that is true. Actually, you're right.
Yeah, I think we still have space to do it, but yeah.
Okay.
Take off Kentucky.
I think we should get rid of Fall Guys.
Wait, no, hold on.
Not
You said it yourself. Kentucky didn't even. The final episode of Kentucky came out this year, so you still have the
complete package. Okay. All the other parts of the game were available on PC. The full game came out on PlayStation this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they weren't the previous episodes. They weren't available on PlayStation before this year. I will make you guys a compromise. How about this?
Yeah.
I will cut Fall Guys if you agree to cut Resident Evil 3.
Oh, Dory, I might have to sacrifice you for this one.
What? Mitchell too. Mitchell.
I'm not going to be quick to jump at it because I'm getting Bugsnax on this list. It's like one of the two things I will push hard for on this list.
Yeah.
But I do need Fall Guys off of this list, and I am willing to take compromises.
And also, you guys are getting Ghost of Tsushima on here, which I'm also against, but...
Okay, can I just, if we are going to cut Resident Evil 3, which I don't think we should, I'll just rephrase my final paragraph from the review. Despite its short length, Resident Evil 3 is a fun ride that relentless pace keeps your hands clasped to your controller from beginning to end. Compared to last year's Resident Evil 2 remake, slight additions and re-adventures to the already established gameplay formula and tone help Resident Evil 3 pave the way for its own definitive identity, one that is less recommendable as a direct sequel, but more as a companion piece that offers even more of what you love from the previous entry. Unfortunately, an expanded gameplay arsenal and scale don't amend the lack of general replay value and nemesis encounters, diminishing what could have been an even greater experience. 7.5, really good. That was my review. The first video to ever hit this channel, mind you, as well. So it deserves some recognition for that.
Can I just say, in that review, Mitch?
Yeah?
You compare one of the characters to Keanu Reeves.
Carlos!
and yet you want to put it above the game with Keanu Reeves.
Look,
all I'm
dude.
saying is, well, Carlos doesn't tell you how good your penis is, so
Not yet.
I had to listen to I had Keanu compliment my genitalia at least 6 times, and every time it crashed, I'm a little bit uncomfortable at this point, man.
I mean, honestly, if
A compliment's a compliment, okay?
If Keanu Reeves complimented me, I'd probably faint as well. I'd crash too. So, look, there's nothing else we can get rid of. Fall Guys, Demon Souls, Astro, Kentucky, Dreams.
We can get rid of Fall Guys, but only if we get rid of Resident Evil 3.
God damn it.
You know what? Okay. Dory, is there anything on this list you absolutely would not move? Like, outside of Resident Evil, that you absolutely would not get rid of? Or is Resident Evil 3 the thing you're going to push the hardest?
I mean, Miles Morales.
Except for, of course, The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima. Outside of those two.
I mean, my top 5 is what I'm gonna fight for the most, right? Miles Morales, the 7 remake, Tsushima, Last of Us, and obviously I can't fight for Hades because that doesn't come out. But so my top 4 basically is what I'm gonna fight for. The only reason I'm fighting for Resident Evil 3 so hard is because somebody over here I knew would want it off the list. And honestly, I think Kentucky Road Zero and Dreams shouldn't be on here because none of us have played it besides James.
And they technically I mean, their full release was this year, but they've already been available to the greater public for much longer. Than
I think my passion for Dreams speaks volumes.
Hey, James.
Look, I've seen people play Dreams, and I'm not impressed.
Okay, I'm impressed with Dreams. I will be okay if it's on the list. James, you need to pick a lane and stick in it.
Who's a lane?
This is all a lane, James. This is one big lane, James. Okay, we can get Kentucky Route Zero and Dreams on this list. They're both games that came out earlier. We are already fudging the rules enough to let you get these two in. These are picks that only you have played. All of us have played Fall Guys, and all of us except you want it off of the list. We are willing to get you Kentucky Route Zero and Dreams into this list when none of us have played it, and you are still arguing for motherfucking Fall Guys. Thank you.
It's like we're
done. I can move. Goodbye.
It's like we're doing a terrorist negotiation or something. Jesus.
Yeah, I would be terrible at negotiating with terrorists. I would just be screaming at them that their choices suck. You really should not have killed a person. That was a bad idea, you loser.
Commit crime. Stupid.
Who put Dreams back?
All right.
You never took Dreams off.
You never took it off.
That's because it's so good. Okay, can we now discuss Resident Evil 3?
We can discuss Resident
I've made my sacrifice.
I honestly, I think at this point with Resident Evil 3, it'd be a lot easier if we just went from top to bottom at this point, and then just leave Resident Evil 3 till last. Just procrastinate the whole thing.
And then I could point out that it doesn't deserve a spot over any of those games.
How about this?
Look, I'm not arguing that it has to be high up on the list. I'm just saying it has to be on the list.
I'm fine with it being number 10 or even number 9, whatever.
10 or 9,
Are you willing to hear me out? Are you guys willing to hear me out? I have a suggestion. Yes, shut up, James. We're enemies now. We've become enemies, James. I know you prefer to be called Smithy because that's what everyone calls you, so I'm calling you James intentionally here to make you uncomfortable, James.
Okay, consider me uncomfortable then.
Okay, thank you. So how about we do move Demon Souls into the next year category because we have not had a proper chance to play it. And we can reconsider it next year. Because as good of a game as it is, we're both only like 3 or 4 bosses in. You're only a boss in. I would feel weird forcing Dory's pick out that she is this passionate about when like Demon Souls is there, not even just to remove from a contention for Game of the Year list, but to move it to next year.
Here's the thing.
I'm
okay with cutting Demon Souls. I'm not okay with moving it to next year because it came out this year and there's no leeway with that.
Yeah.
But I am okay with cutting it because I'm not as passionate about it as you are.
Great. Well, then that solves it. I think we have our top 10 then, right?
As long as we're getting bug snacks in this top 10, I will be okay with it.
Look,
definitely getting in the top 10.
James, I am. This is my compromise. You can put Resident Evil 3 number 10. I will not argue. And you can put
Neither.
You can put Dreams and KRZ right ahead of it. I don't care.
Yeah, like you can
That's
put
a
it right
compromise.
ahead at 11 and 12. You can
Okay.
put it right ahead of. Yeah.
Very funny, Mitch. But no. So we're cutting Demon Souls. We're all agreed on that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Rob, friend of the show, Rob Hudak, is never going to forgive us.
Sorry, Rob.
Sorry, Rob.
Well, he can mail us at we don't like Demon Souls.
Okay, that's too far, James.
Okay. So let's just put these here for now then. I'll put Kentucky Route Zero at number 9. Dreams is now at number 8. Resident Evil 3 is in the
Number
bin.
10.
At
Aha.
number 10. It's at number 10. It's at number 10.
I love how 8 and 9 are basically compromises we've made with James on this one.
I will
much.
argue.
Yeah.
I will argue for Dreams to go higher. I think as long as Kentucky Route
It
Zero
will
is
not
on the
get
list,
higher. It will not get higher. Sorry,
It will
James.
not
You can
get
argue
higher,
It's not
Dave.
getting higher.
It
As
will not
long-
get
You,
higher.
it got it on a technicality. I'm sorry.
as long as Kentucky Route Zero is on the list, I'm happy.
Okay.
But Dreams deserves a high spot.
No,
It's a it's a top 5 game minimum.
James, you are not going to convince 3 people
No.
who have never played it when it came out
pushing your
last
luck,
year in
yes.
early access.
You said you wanted
You're
to
not
play it
going to-
though.
Yes, I do want to play it, but that means nothing. I still want to play Ghost of Tsushima. I
Okay.
have yet to play it, and yet I'll allow that to be in the top 5.
But listen, you what was I gonna say?
Yeah, what were you going to say?
You keep coming back to the early access thing, but it was early access. It doesn't count. We had Hades on our lists before. You know,
That would
You know-
mean
you
that
know what,
Fortnite could get on a
Phil-
Game of the Year list every year for the last 3 years.
no, wait, Fortnite, no, because it's
Yeah,
it's still
it
in
would be
early
in early
access. If
It's still in early access. It got released in early access, but it's still in early
But no,
access,
I
meaning
wasn't-
that you can still put it on your list.
no, because I wouldn't have put Dreams on the list last year because it was still in early access. I would have waited for this year, the full release, because early access doesn't count to me.
I wish PS Premiere had been around back then, because I guarantee you would have said Dreams was your Game of the Year. I guarantee it.
You know, I was
At
actually
least in top 10.
I was thinking about it last year, and I'm pretty sure I thought if I had a top 10 list, I would wait for Dreams to come out properly before I put it on there.
Okay, but it's not getting higher than bottom 3.
I can just imagine just like little Smithy just like sitting on like the windowsill, just looking out to the stars, like I'm gonna wait till Dreams is fully released. I'm gonna be there. When it's fully released.
I want it to be on the list. It deserves to be on the list. What we're looking at here,
Look.
none of these are bad games. It doesn't invalidate them. It's just in a record of like which games. Like these are 10 of the
We
best
like
games of the year. We like
Yeah.
every one of these games.
Look, I'm happy. I'm pretty much at this point. I'm happy because Resident Evil 3 is actually on here, which is a godsend. I'm really only gonna fight for the top 5. I don't really care what number 6 and number 7 is. I think honestly, if it would make James happy, we could make like Dreams like number 6 and put Bugsnax and Astro's Playroom in some combination of 7 and 8.
Oh, except now you're just gonna
I
have
would be
to go
happy
through
if
all of them.
Bugsnax was at Bugsnax seems like the perfect 6 on the list. I don't know what a 7
Yeah.
would be, but Bugsnax feels like a good 6.
I'm-
Like a
I'm
good
cool
Well, I
with
think
top
a
of the
7
bottom.
would be Astros.
Yeah,
I think a 7 would be Astro. I think that's like
Yeah.
the safest thing.
yeah.
to
I
I
would
make.
think
agree.
Astro's
I-
great at 7.
I think to put Dreams behind either of those games is just I would be a travesty.
Oh no!
No, it would not. It would not.
I mean,
You're getting
consider-
in a tacticality. It
consider,
is a
listen,
game engine.
it is a
an
game engine, but consider how revolutionary it's the YouTube of video games. You
Imagine
pay
someone
an
coming
entry
in-
fee. Listen, you pay an entry fee of like 30 quid, and you can play as many games as you like for free, and most of them are great.
How many of those games are good? Okay, never mind.
That's saying most of them are great.
'Cause the
is
good stuff-
probably an overstatement.
Okay, maybe, but the good stuff floats to the top.
All right,
So you,
all right,
you can
look,
play for
look.
How about-
hours and not find a
Here's
bad game.
okay. Wait,
Let's
no,
make-
Dory,
let's
give me a
make-
second. Give me a second. I need to make one more point to this. James,
Okay.
what you just suggested right there would be like if someone came in like 2015 and said, "Guys, Frostbite Engine should be on our top 10." You know what's a great game that came out this year? Unreal Engine 4. It's a great game engine and it's a great engine for animation, but to fight for it getting higher than 8
Unreal
on
Engine
a list,
does not have its own campaign mode. This
Okay,
does.
you
I've
just
got
said
Unreal
the
Engine
Dreams
5.
campaign mode is nothing special.
Fuck, I did deny.
Yeah. And in a way, Unreal Engine does have its own campaign. It has multiplayer, the freaking Unreal Tournament. It does have its own game mode.
And
That game is
multiplayer
dead.
actually has more longevity.
is Dreams.
It's scientifically proven, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. But
Okay,
still,
here's my argument for Dreams against like Unreal Engine or Frostbite or whatever. Those are
Oh my
game
God.
engines that you need professional training and you need like a wealth of knowledge to know how to use and build games on. Dreams brings game creation to the mass market. It makes it easy. It makes it fun.
okay.
Making
It's still
making
neither
games.
of the none of the rest of
Making
us have played it.
games. Would you say that State of Decay 2 is not a game?
I've never played State of Decay 2 and I never intend to.
But would you
It's a
say
bit
it's a game or not?
I don't know. I barely know anything about it.
State of Decay 2 is a bit shit, to be honest.
But is it a game? That's the question. Is it a game?
Look, I'm happy
Because let's-
I
listen,
mean,
listen,
it's
listen,
more
listen.
of a game than Dreams.
No, it's
I'm
not.
happy
Because
with
hear me out.
Dreams
Hear me out.
hitting number 6,
Hear
and
me
then
out.
and then Astra's Playroom being 7, or Bugsnax being 7, and then Astra's Playroom being 8.
Okay, but listen. Dreams is technically not a game, but State of Decay 2 is a game. But when I play that game, as much fun as I'm having, it is work. It's a management sim. I'm doing work, but it's fun. Dreams is the same way. When you create a game in Dreams, you're doing work, but it's fun. And also,
Okay, hold on.
you can play other people's games, and those are games. And I'm not gonna give Game of the Year to some individual game in Dreams. So by extension, Dreams should be Game of the Year.
Okay, question though, and this will just definitively answer whether it is a game or not. Does Dreams have a platinum trophy?
I think it does, actually.
Shit.
Why would you do this?
Really?
Why would you do this, Mitch?
I was so confident that it didn't. Hold on. Let me
We gotta
check
look
this.
up. Even so, like I said, it's not saying that it's a bad game. It's just saying that, like, to put that higher than I'm not
No!
gonna say the bottom 3 because that makes it sound negative. But
It does.
in,
has a
in the list
trophy
of the
list.
top 10 best games of the year, it would feel wrong to put it higher than an actual game. I'm not going to say it's.
But we're already
we just
putting
went
it.
through
We're
this.
already putting it higher than actual games.
That's to you, but you want to push it further than that. You skate those in a technicality, and we had to pry Fall Guys out of your cold dead hands.
Listen, Dory is happy with it at number 6. I would be satisfied with a number 6 spot for Dreams.
I'm happy with it at number 6 because it'll get James to move on.
I'm happy if it would be at number 7 because, like I said, Bugsnax feels like a great 6. I would not
I'm
push
also okay
Bugsnax
with
any
that.
harder.
Okay,
I
how about
would
this?
not
How about
push
this then?
Bugsnax for any higher. Okay.
If
let's hear
Bugs,
it.
7.
if Bugsnax feels like a good 6, then why don't we put Dreams at number 5?
What the crap, James? No!
James, you
Opposite
can't
way.
do this, man. James,
This is all an elaborate plan just for James to like with each cascading number, he's just gonna push Dreams higher up. This
Okay.
is his plan.
I control the list now, James. Get your hands off the keyboard.
Let's put Dreams in our back pocket for now. We'll
Okay.
revisit that.
Yeah.
I will keep
Astro
Bugsnax at
Playroom
a
is
6,
7.
and we can figure out
can
what
we
to do
put
from there.
Astra's Playroom at 7, please?
Yes,
Yes.
I
that
would
seems
agree
like
on
the
that.
most confident 7 I've ever given.
Yes.
Okay, how would we feel for now putting Final Fantasy VII at number 2?
I agree
I-
with that.
I would be okay with
think-
that.
I haven't played it, but but if you guys are good with it, then yeah, I'm good with it.
As long as Miles Morales is in the top 3, I'm good.
I'm only about 4 hours into Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I understand why everyone's so passionate about it. I
Okay.
can understand it at number 2.
It's about to get a whole lot better for you.
I'm okay. I think
I think for Ghost of Tsushima, I'm gonna take the liberty here of moving Ghost of Tsushima
To 3?
to 11.
You're an asshole. Put it at 5 or 4. No, put it at 4.
Said it
I
was
don't
a
want
solid 8. That's a great out of 10.
it.
Great outside. Okay, listen.
Ghost of Tsushima should
I'll
be
put it at
number
5.
It should be a 3. I will fight. I have not even played it. I will fight for Ghost of Tsushima to be at number 3.
I'm with.
I
Yeah.
think Miles Morales should be number 3.
I just don't think Doom Eternal should be number 4 above Ghost of Tsushima.
I agree. I think Doom Eternal should be number 5.
My pick
Yeah.
is less about getting Ghost of Tsushima higher, and it's about getting Doom Eternal to a level that feels right.
Agreed.
I'm good with
I'll
Doom
get
Eternal
it.
being 5, to be honest.
Yep. Doom
Yep.
Eternal number 5, please.
Although I think Miles should be there, but I'm also good with Doom being there.
Whoops.
Well, I'm okay with that too.
Oh, well, look how the turntables.
Okay.
This is starting to look really solid to me, guys. I'm starting to like the look of this list. And James, you know what? I might even make a little deal with you. How would you feel about putting Dreams in the 7th position and putting Astro's Playroom down to 8?
I'll
I
take
agree
that for
with
now.
For now. Good Lord.
James, it's
It's
not
like,
getting any
okay.
higher. I will give you that one little thing. But I
It's
feel like
we've got
that's
the
a good
list all
spot. For it.
finalized. So we've got the list all finalized and stuff. It's like, so James, it's like, yeah, so how about Dreams for number 1? No. Straight from 7 to
imagine
1.
like this top 10 as like a movie, and the post-credit scene is James like turning around looking at us like, how would you feel about Dreams at number 1?
I'd like to talk to you about the Dreams at number 1 initiative. You think there's games like you think you're the only game in the world?
I think Tsushima should be 4 and Morales should be 3. That's my
I'm
vote.
the other way around. I think Morales should be 4, Ghost 3.
God damn it, Mitch.
Just because I'm sorry, I love Miles Morales, but the story isn't as great as the original. The writing is
disagree.
lacking when it comes to the
No,
villain.
It is not lacking.
And I
Also,
mean
James
Simon
thinks
Krieger.
that Ghost of Tsushima's writing is lacking as well. So
I will say I don't think the writing is lacking as much as Miles Morales. I just think the story is. Listen,
Okay.
I know Ghost of Tsushima was not on my list, and Spider-Man was, but I think it's probably fair to say that Ghost of Tsushima is a better video game.
it is not.
Having not played Ghost of Tsushima, but Miles Morales, Into the Spider-Verse being one of my favorite movies of all time, it is up there. It is within my top 3 for sure.
Into the Spider-Verse is so far above Miles Morales, and that's saying as someone who really, really likes Miles Morales.
I won't say this feels like a step down for the story, but in comparison to the 2018 game, having just come off of playing both of them, I would feel comfortable with Miles being at 4 and Tsushima being at 3. I absolutely loved Miles Morales. It is a great game, but it's also a game that I don't feel the urge to go back to all that often. I mean, as incredible as it is, and it's amazing to swing through it, like even just hearing people talk about Ghost of Tsushima and seeing videos of it. I hosted an episode of a show with all of y'all on it where I hadn't even played the game, and I let you guys talk about it for like 20 minutes straight. And that felt like I would be comfortable with having it at a top 3. I was guessing at that point it would be in a top 3. And I feel like that is the right spot for it. I like our top 3 as it is.
I will say a couple things in defense of Miles Morales. I agree that its story is not necessarily revolutionary. It's mostly a coming of age story about Miles finding himself and his powers. But I do think, although it's not a completely original story, I think it's written and acted through the voice actors and the animations very, very well. I think there are good twists and turns that I personally didn't see coming and that I really enjoyed. I think the characters are well written and their relationships are interesting. And for me, it's the Spider-Man factor over the samurai factor. I would rather be playing a game where I am Spider-Man than I am a ancient samurai. And I think I'd rather be in modern New York than feudal Japan or ancient Japan, whatever. I don't know exactly the timeline, so please excuse my Western ignorance here. But So it's the Spider-Man factor for me that puts it over Ghost of Tsushima.
And I can't speak much on the difference between two and which one I would rather, because like I said, I just bought Ghost of Tsushima between the recording of these 2 episodes, and I've yet to have a chance to play it. But man,
I know I'm
really
alone in
case.
this.
That
No
Spider-Man.
no one's backing me up, and unlike James,
I
I
was-
do respect the democratic process. So
I was just about to say I understand where Dory is coming from, and after she made her case right there, I might want Spider-Man at 3 because of the Spider-Man factor. I think that is it Najee Jeter that does the voice for Miles?
Not GG.
He gives an incredible performance, and what sticks out to me, there is a scene at the ending of that game, not the very, very ending part, which is still incredible, but the big climax of it, I guess you could say. Not the fight, but what happens right after the fight, where he's on the ground and he's weak. That moment right there felt like the most Spider-Man moment to me in either of the games.
You mean the bit where he said, "I'm Spider-Man"?
He said, "I am Spider-Man and Peter Parker is not, therefore I'm more Spider-Man." Yes, that Spider-Man bit felt like he was more Spider-Man.
That moment was just, it
was revolutionary.
It's the part when he looked into the camera and he's like, "So I'm pretty Spider-Man, huh?"
Here's the thing. See that moment? Where he said, I'm going to be vague about spoilers here. I won't spoil anything, but I will say, like, this is like the last boss fight. I think this is what you talk about, right? Where he says, where he gets out, he's been knocked out, he gets up, and he's like, you know, she asks him, the villain, she asks him, you know, why do you keep fighting or whatever? And he says, because I'm Spider-Man.
Not specifically just that part. The part where he's on the ground, I'll be very vague. I'll just make this motion right here and you guys will understand.
Okay.
That whole sequence.
I mean, I'm
that is the one where I
was
was sold on it.
Where
I do want to finish my...
I just want to say that the part where I'm going to be vague as well, but basically where the people that you've met in the side missions before come into play in that scene. I think it's a very Spider-Man 2-esque scene, but it's very powerful and moving, and it brings those side missions into the fold, into the main story in a really powerful, compelling way that I think is just a hair better than the way Ghost of Tsushima does it at the end of its own mission. I didn't feel as connected to those side missions by the end of the game, and not by a grand amount, just by a little bit, but that little bit matters.
But also, that bit where he said, I'm Spider-Man, was rubbish.
It's okay to be wrong.
I don't actually remember that, so I don't know. I don't know which
she knocks him.
side
She knocks him down.
but...
And he's getting up again, and she's like, "Why do you keep fighting?" And he's like, "Because I'm Spider-Man." I expected him in that moment to say something like, you know, "Because somebody has to," which I think would have been a better line than "Because I'm Spider-Man." Like, what the fuck does that mean? Because I'm Spider-Man.
That has to do with what Spider-Man is as a symbol to the people.
But that's just like, you know.
And the fact that the whole game he's been struggling with being the other Spider-Man.
I mean, he has a whole conversation with his friend about the fact that, like, and this is a part that really affected me, where his friend's like, "You're always talking about the other Spider-Man, but you're a Spider-Man too." And this is like a big moment where he's like, "Yeah, you're right, I am Spider-Man." And he says it to the person that we're not.
Yeah, but also it's like somebody asking an ice cream salesman, "Why do you charge 99 pence for a 99?" And he says, "Because I'm an ice cream salesman."
Well,
that's not a perfect analogy.
What?
That's not a perfect analogy. A better analogy would be if the ice cream salesman was and they were holding them at gunpoint. And like actively shooting at them. It's like, why do you keep trying to fight me? Well, it's because I'm trying to buy an ice cream cone, you idiot.
Now I want a game in Dreams where the ice cream man has a gun and we'll play it together, and it'll turn into a game of Fall Guys.
Okay, so James, just to clarify, is your issue with that scene the actual performance or the line?
The line.
Okay.
Which is consistent with my criticism of the writing. I think the acting is good.
Well, yeah, okay. I have two main points, like one for, one against. I think never imagine me saying this, but I think Troy Baker was the the weakest aspect of this game
I would agree.
by far. Just his character.
He's an okay
He
villain.
was-
Yeah, he's nothing home.
Yeah.
He
right
was
home
on a
villain.
complete different stratosphere to the
He
rest
plays
of the
Troy
cast,
Baker.
honestly.
Yeah.
He basically, yeah. And except the one good thing I have to say about this game is that Spider Cat, that whole
Oh my
side
gosh,
mission. and
wait,
the
yeah.
suit-
Okay, wait a second. We forgot the most important part of Miles Morales, Spider-Man the cat. Look, okay, Ghost of Tsushima has foxes and dogs, and that's great. But Spider-Man, Miles Morales,
Can-
Spider-Man the cat,
Can,
and those
can you
special
sling
moves.
a fox on your back
You
in Ghost of
can.
Tsushima?
I will
and
say-
have it like.
I will
Can you
say-
get a fox with a katana in a Ghost of Tsushima? I don't think so.
I will
You
say,
can't summon spirit dogs.
you've with the fox
That
thing.
is
You've
true.
with the fox thing, you have reminded me that Ghost of Tsushima has a very bland and boring open world. And I
And New York is not. New York.
I-
is
and
not.
Correlation.
and I well no, because it's like you follow like the foxes, like it's not like a dynamic thing. You just follow the fox. Whenever you see a fox, just follow the fucking fox.
Well,
That's
you
not
need to know what the
fun.
fox says.
It's better than just like going onto a map. Okay, I want to go to this thing. Then you just go to that thing. It's like, okay,
That's
it's
what
here,
you
now it's
do
done.
in Ghost of Tsushima.
Guys, wait,
but it's like
guys,
You see
what-
the fox
wait,
on the map, you go with the
everyone.
fox, and then you follow the fox.
I
Dory
don't
and
look at
Mitch,
them-
why are you arguing with him? He's making a point as to why we might be able to put Spider-Man in front of Ghost. Isn't this what we just were like fighting him
I'm
over? Let
arguing
him
with the
say
Mitches.
this.
Mitch's.
Ah.
Mitch's fault.
Because I'm conflicted.
And also,
I'm conflicted. I'm not. I'm not arguing
Also-
with James.
Spider-Man
Although I'm
has a
kind of
better.
arguing with James because I don't agree with him on that point. But that
But
doesn't matter.
also,
Miles
Spider-Man
should
has
still
a
be
better
fun.
photo mode.
There we go.
Spider-Man does have a better photo mode. He
And-
has the best
and-
photo mode in any game ever.
And
without
it's
doubt.
a PS, and it's a good display of the PS5 hardware. So
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
Except for the triggers. The triggers are bad in Miles Morales, and you should turn them off.
Here's the thing.
really,
Listen,
oh, I'll take
I'm
that.
not
Okay.
fighting. I'm not fighting for Ghost of Tsushima to be higher than Miles Morales. I'm fighting because I don't think Miles Morales is a number 3 game.
You think it's a number 4 game?
No, I think it's a number 10 game.
Okay, well, you're wrong, objectively.
wrong.
You can't
You're
get
so
Dreams
wrong.
at number 7 and Kentucky Route Zero at number 9 and then say that Miles Morales, a game that everyone else loves, deserves to be a 10 game.
Maybe not 10 game. I'd put it in the
It's
second
too
half.
late. You've
Second
opened
half.
the wound.
Second
The
half
second
of the
half.
list. Second
Okay.
half of the list.
So right along with Resident Evil 3, then basically is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
I don't want Resident Evil 3 on here to begin with.
Okay, but it
again-
is here by decree.
But
it's
that's
here
why
by
it's our
law.
collective list, James, not
And-
your individual list.
And again, I cannot state this enough. I don't think Doom Eternal should be in the top, the very top chunk of this.
I
I
think
don't
this
want
is
to
a
put
great
Miles
list.
any lower. I like where the list is right now.
I like this list.
I would be okay with Ghost of Tsushima going above, but also I agree with Dory on the Spider-Man factor. And having been a Spider-Man fan my whole life, it feels right to have a
Good.
Spider-Man game in the top 3. But I wouldn't be mad if it was Ghost of Tsushima. This is an argument between you guys, but please make up your gosh darn minds and stop arguing against each other, no matter what the point is, because we're getting nowhere.
I've already said that I'm satisfied, Marvel. I've already said that I am happy with this list as is. Mitch, what about you?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Wait, hold on. Where is
God
it
damn
as
it.
is at the moment? No, I'm double checking if Miles is 3 or not. Okay, so it is 3. Yeah, I'm fine with it. It is
Great.
It is, yeah.
Mitch is happy. I'm happy. Marvel's happy.
James,
James,
do you have any final words about Dreams that you want to say before we ship this list off with Dreams at number 7?
Dreams versus Bugsnax. Let's go.
Okay.
No.
Bugsnax is a 6 game. If Doom Eternal gets to be a 5, Bugsnax gets to be a 6.
I agree with Marvel.
Okay.
I agree with Marvel.
That's fair. That's fair. Wait, what are you doing?
But
Where's Dreams?
Shit.
No.
No, stop that. Stop that right now. Actually, wait, he might be onto something. Hold on.
No.
Wait, I've just had a revelation.
What?
Oh, this feels good. Switch
No!
Ghost of Tsushima and Dreams. No, switch Ghost of Tsushima and Dreams.
Well, I don't want Ghost of Tsushima higher than Dreams.
Shut up. Put it above it.
Okay, for argument's
trust me.
sake, for argument's sake,
That puts Doom Eternal out of the top 5, which is what I wanted. Because, okay, it's a good game. But again,
going into this.
But look at this. Dreams it's a good game. For some reason, this list is vibing with me so much more.
Yeah.
Shut up. We've accepted that it has the platinum.
Yeah, it has a platinum trophy. We came to the conclusion it's a game. I like Ghost of Tsushima being at number 4 if Doom Eternal doesn't get in the top 5. That just feels right to me because I think that those two games are on a very different league. None of the games on the bottom, I think, are top 5 material.
Oh, no.
But Dreams, I think it feels right to put Dreams. It feels right to put Dreams above Doom. Now, whether that means I can keep Bugsnax at the 6th position and put Doom 1 below that, I don't know if I can make an argument strong enough for that.
I don't think that feels right.
I would agree that Doom Eternal is a better game. I do like the 6th position for Bugsnax. That does feel right. But I do agree that Doom Eternal is probably a better game than Bugsnax. How do we feel about this list? Because I like this a lot more than I like the other one. The other one I was satisfied with, but I like this.
I'm fine. I would like Dreams a little higher, but fine.
What?
Don't you dare.
No!
Yes,
sorry.
No,
You're
no,
playing
I
a
don't mean
dangerous
higher.
game.
I meant lower.
Yes, no, you
Sorry.
said it. You
Okay,
can't
good,
take it back.
good.
You can't take it back.
Good.
I meant lower. Shut up, James. I meant lower.
I'm just thinking.
Don't
James,
think
shut your mouth
anymore.
before I take it back. I gave you the number 5 spot. Deal with it.
We literally have given you so many inches, dude. You were taking.
Wait, how many?
Dreams had a heck of a time even getting on this list. Take the 5.
If Dreams goes higher, the game where Keanu Reeves keeps complimenting my genitalia needs to go on the top 10 as well. Then if Dreams goes higher, that's my bargaining chip. Okay, so I don't want it on there.
So you think that we should take out Resident Evil 3 and put in Cyberpunk? Is what you're saying?
Motherfucker!
No.
No.
No, I mean take out Kentucky Route Zero and then replace it with Cyberpunk.
But Dreams can't get any higher than this. Dreams is not a top 4 game. You look at
not a
those
top
4
4
games. You look at those 4
Dreams
games.
is not a
Those are
top
objectively the
5
best
game.
PlayStation games of the year.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm willing to let Dreams be number 5 on that list. I'm willing to let it happen. That feels okay. I'm not going to let it get any higher than that when you have The Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy VII, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Ghost of Tsushima right above it. I'm not going to replace Ghost of Tsushima with Dreams. I'm not going to let Dreams get above a freaking Spider-Man or Final Fantasy. It feels okay being at 5.
I agree. This is as high as you're getting.
It's a begrudging okay for me.
It's a begrudging okay.
Okay.
I think Doom Eternal should be above it, but I'm not going to fight James about it. Whatever.
He's scary.
Did we make it? Did we do it?
I think that's our list.
Oh, does anyone want to debate the number 1 spot? No. No, you don't. No one does. It was number 1 and 2 on all of our lists.
Hold on. I'm curious for this. James, do you have a case for why Dream should be number 1? Legitimately.
Everyone leave the call before I can say anything.
I do
take a snapshot of this.
I don't listen. I don't think it should be number 1 because I just love The Last of Us Part 2 so damn much.
Mm-hmm. That's the correct answer.
So it's at least
or
3.
Final Fantasy.
That's the correct answer. That's
my argument for it being top 3 would be that it's just so revolutionary and it's unlimited possibilities. Somebody could make the next great game in Dreams.
Why does that all sound like marketing buzzwords? Like are you a secret? Are you secretly on the Dreams team, like Mediatonic or whatever they are?
Media Molecule. Mediatonic is the Fall
Media
Guys
Molecule.
Team.
Don't bring Fall Guys back into this. How dare you? I understand where James is coming from because I look at games like Gary's Mod, and I look at games like Warcraft and Dota that not Warcraft and Dota. Games like Gary's Mod and Warcraft, which became launching platforms for other games that spawning from that. But also, I don't think Dreams should get higher, as in the fact that its campaign itself is not very good. You're not playing Dreams to play Dreams, you're playing Dreams to play other games. And I think it's good at a number 5.
Sorry to interject, I'm sorry, Dory, do you have to go and get in your jet fighter or
I wanted to see how long it took for y'all to notice I was wearing aviator glasses. No, I just wanted to say that it looks like this list is looking good in our dreams. Yeah.
Nice.
Joke's on you, I don't have any.
Oh.
Damn, that's what 2020 is. All right, that's it. All right, goodbye. everybody.
No. Nah.
Good night, everyone.
If I'm being 100% honest, Bug Snacks is a little high for me here. I don't like Resident Evil 3, whereas I don't like Ghost of Tsushima and Miles Morales so high. I could maybe live with Miles Morales being so high. Ghost of Tsushima, I'd put it in the bottom half. But none of those are hard lines for me. So I'm satisfied enough if everyone else is.
Yay.
Talking about
I am
hard lines. You've been
satisfied.
pushing
Done
dreams this whole discussion.
Mitch,
Listen,
Mitch,
we've come to a
shut the
conclusion.
fuck up.
Listen, Mitch.
Oh no, I know we've come
Mitch.
to a conclusion. I'm fine
Mitch.
with it how it is. Yes.
Next year, or the year after that, or
Oh.
the year after that, you're going to play Dreams, and you're going to come back to me and apologize for saying everything that you said about Dreams and for pushing for it not to be higher on this list. I guarantee it.
Okay. How about this? I download the demo for Dreams, but never actually buy into Dreams because I'm not going to spend money on Dreams ever. But I will download the demo. Just the.
How about this?
Okay.
We'll keep the list as it is now. You download Dreams, the demo. If you end up buying the full version, I want a public apology on the next podcast.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. I like it.
Okay.
So look
Okay.
forward to that, everybody.
Not gonna happen.
Wow.
But okay.
This top 10 really went places.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna get up on the app now, and I'm gonna download the demo. Right.
Great. And as he
Right.
does that, I'll just make sure we're all satisfied with this list. So is this our list, everyone?
Let's
This
read
is
it
our
out
list.
for our audience here.
So the list as it currently stands is Resident Evil 3 at number 10. This is going from number 10 to number 1. Sorry. Resident Evil 3, Kentucky Route Zero, Astro's Playroom, Bug Snacks, Doom Eternal, Dreams, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and The Last of Us Part 2 at number 1.
I like this.
I like it.
Okay.
I think it's good.
That sounds
I,
Could
good.
be better.
I am
It could be
middlingly
better, but it's
satisfied.
fine.
Yep.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm adding it to library now, as you can see.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well done.
So much character development in this.
A
episode.
changed
I know.
man, everyone.
I know.
All right. If that's our list, I think we can crown The Last of Us Part 2 our game of the year for 2020.
I love how we spent barely any time on the actual, like, the big winner. Of
Because
Game
it was
of the
such a
Year.
lock, you know.
Yeah, it
we
was a
discussed-
lock
we
for all of
discussed
us.
it in the last
Yeah,
one.
that is
We
actually-
true. That is true.
We actually have a trophy for The Last of Us Part 2. Just ignore the fact that it says Game of the Generation on it.
Nice.
Congratulations to The Last of Us Part 2 for winning the superb Game of the Year, not Game of the Generation, trophy. You can see that if you watch the video version for our audio listeners. And with that, that's the end of the show and indeed the end of the year, I think. Unless this comes out at the start of next year, in which case it's the start of the year, so I think it probably will as well.
Hello, future people.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't been hit
As-
by a meteor yet. Yeah, so
Don't jinx it.
thanks for listening or watching, and thanks for a great year. We put up a lot of great content this year that we're really proud of.
Indeed.
Go check some of that out if you haven't already. Yeah, and we'll see you in the next episode when normal service resumes. So bye.
Don't let your dreams be
Waving.
dreams.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna go download Ghost of Tsushima now.
Yay. Yeah.